Okay, people. Today is the 29th of June of 2017. Basically, what I want to say is my life is falling apart, people. Seriously, it's just falling apart. As hard as I try, I have to have it not fall apart. So anyway, if you look here, do you see that? Now I phoned, and the lady I was talking to told me not to have a panic attack. Right? No annual general meeting held since March 16, 2016. Well, actually, it's been longer than that. It's been since Uncle John's been gone. Because I just don't have the heart, people. Like, I just don't have the heart. So, I will put the little rat, there goes the camera. I can flip the screen on this one so I can see, right, when it's starting to act up. Anyway, I have to do paperwork, right? I have to call an annual general meeting because I phoned. Hold on, people. Seriously. Like I said, my life is falling apart. I'm cooking on my stove, right? And I'm making jam. And I'm trying not to have panic attacks because my stove is breaking. Right? Because these are all old appliances. I bought that back in 2003. Actually, no. I bought the stove in 2000 I bought the wash machine in 2003. After I lost my home and I moved into an apartment, I bought the wash machine for the apartment. The first apartment that we moved into, but we were only there for 2.5 months and then we moved into a shanty shack. But anyway, so yeah, I was cooking last night and the burners are going out and I can't use the back burner and I'm like, oh my God. What's going to happen when I start using the pressure cooker? And my burner just stops working. This is what I mean. My life is falling apart. Or what's going to happen when my computer breaks? And there's no way to replace it? Never mind fix it. So, those are just some examples, right? Because that's pretty much where I'm at in my life. My car has been sitting outside. There it goes again. It's probably all this energy weapons that are zapped at me when I'm working in the yard, which I have video proof of, people, that there's some kind of energy, something going through my yard. Camcords can pick it up. I don't think cell phones can. I think cell phones have a filter, but I think the old camcords, they can pick it up because I have video proof of it. Or it was dropped. The camera, that is. So, anyway, back to this stuff, right? So, I have to call an annual general meeting, right? Like ASAP, because the lady I was talking to yesterday told me not to have a panic attack and just to call a meeting, file it right away. And hopefully this new board director that's taking on this collection box, because I told this lady we're getting a collection box put out in the community, right? As the collection box is going out into the community, the nonprofit is going dissolution. While the Duncan Clan, Fraser Health Authority, and CIBC Bank are going, yay! Yay! We got away with it! As Uncle John's rolling around in his grave. So, that's what I'm going to try and focus on for the next couple of days is, filing the GST for the nonprofit. I haven't done the taxes, the T2 forms. I haven't done the T2 forms for 15 and 16. And I guess 17 is coming up. Right? Do you see? This one is pretty straightforward. I just go online, put a bunch of zeros in. Because even if I did the T2 forms, it'd still be zeros. Right? Because I keep the zeros there because when the numbers start coming in, that's where the difference is going to be. But it scares the board director, right? Because we're dealing with different accounts. We're not just dealing with one account. We're dealing with multiple accounts. And he just feels that's too much counting, which it is. And like I said before, it's an accountant's dream. For a true accountant, something like this is an accountant's dream. And obviously, the nonprofit was designed to create jobs, so why wouldn't the accountant at some point in the future get paid? Especially if it's a full-time job, which it would be if this nonprofit was successful and doing what it was intended to do. So anyway, like I say, when I work outside, inside falls apart. Now I'm starting to have to can, right? I have to can, freeze, whatever, dehydrate, whatever it is. That's what I'm going to be doing for the next 4 or 5 months, is just preserving food, people. As my kids are badgering me to move out. Not because they don't want to live here, and they're not being honest about this. It's the fact that they don't like to clean. My middle daughter...
Oh, well, when I was cleaning, nobody helped me, and I just gave up, and I'm not doing it no more.
My younger son, with dishes,
You don't live down here, Mom. It's none of your fucking business. I'll get to it. I'll do it. And,
In the meantime, it doesn't get done. Nothing gets done. They don't even fucking recycle things properly. Half the time, they don't even take out their fucking garbage properly. And then the raccoons get in it, it gets scattered around, then they walk over it, then they get mad at me. Like I said, people, I'm on a schedule. I'm talking to my landlady when she comes to pick up the rent to make sure that she is prepared and willing to pay the guys that are on site right now. There's 3 of them. There's access to 3 men. All of them know how to do carpentry. To fix the garage and the leak. Right? And the gutter, which I'm going to get Rick to start working on. Plus he got some pipes. I said, gutter, I know she'll pay for the gutter for sure. Try and get this one other piece, because I don't want a leaky, I don't mind a little bit of leaking, people, but if I got to spend all winter bailing, it's going to kill me. Like, seriously. Water creates damage. Water creates mud, which travels. So I have to get a handle on these things that are leaking for the most part. Right? So anyway, the cue is, when she agrees that yes, we can now do the garage, and she's prepared to pay these people for it, then I'm going to gut it. But you know what, people? Even after I gut it, even after the garage is fixed, my kids are going to find something else to bitch about. And because they're bitching, they're just going to walk on by. They don't come and say, gee, Mom, can I come and help you? Anything that I can do for you today, Mom? Offer to just... My youngest helps me, actually, a lot with Andre. Right? Willingly. She takes him out and to do things. Today, they went to a water park. The other day, they went to a lake. Right? Stuff like that. So this is good. And because she does nanny work, she's going to be taking him more throughout the week over the summer to be with the other kids. And because the mom wants Tisha to practice the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and all that other stuff, Andre will be doing it at the same time. But outside of that, you know, she helped me fold up some clothes, go through my older daughter's clothes and separate what was good and what was not, right? So that I have my older daughter's clothes so that when she comes, I can give her clothes. Her clothes. Alright. She's in and out. At this point. So, I'm down to nothing. Like, I'm seriously down to nothing. So I'm just going to call an annual general meeting. Right? I'm clearing off the table, tidying up in here. Get this projector, put it over there on my sewing table with the rest of Uncle John's stuff. And I'm going to work on the taxes. Well, I don't know about the taxes for the T2 forms, but definitely do the GST. Definitely call an annual general meeting. Get that filed after the fact. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to work on a little flyer for the collection box, right? Because I haven't had any time to do that, people, because remember the city rolled up. Gurdeb should already have this collection box. But I've been too stressed out about the yard again. Right? Waiting for the city to roll up. With their funky letter. Right? And people enjoy this shit. Like, seriously. This is like being some animal strapped up against a freaking wall with a bunch of pokers at you. If you're not being poked by the provincial government, you're being poked by the Fraser Health Authority. If you're not being poked by the Fraser Health Authority, you're being poked by CIBC Bank. If you're not being poked by CIBC Bank, you're being poked by the City of Surrey. And these are all public servants, people. I must be a huge fucking threat to these people for them to be poking at me so much. They want me to bleed out. That's what they want. So they can keep control of whatever it is that they're trying to protect. Because they're definitely trying to protect something. And, you know, if this board director is watching this, I hope he fully understands that I can't take this anymore. I'm serious. This nonprofit needs new leadership. Because no matter what I do, I'm never going to bust out of the gate. Okay? Because it just wasn't my destiny to bust out of the gate. I brought the nonprofit to the gate. But I can't bust it out of the gate. So keep that in mind when you put that collection box out. And since I'm working on paperwork, thanks to the registries, BC registries of British Columbia, Canada, as the City of Surrey's whip is on my back, with CIBC Bank and Fraser Health over there with their pitchforks, with the Dunk Clan with the shovel digging the hole in the ground. Do you see the picture? I'm going to show you my raspberry jam, because that's another little pressure coming on. I told my kids, you need to learn this. You need to learn it while I'm alive. And they think I'm a fucking idiot. They treat me, for the most part, like a fucking idiot. They talk to me like a fucking idiot. They want me to move somewhere, but they don't know where I'm going. They're not going to help me get there, and they're sure in the hell not going to help me when I get there. But you know what? At some point in the future, somebody's going to eat some raspberry jam. So, what I've discovered is they have a lot of seeds, people. Too many. I don't like that. Andre said keep them. Obviously, there's nutrients in them. So, but you can dehydrate these seeds and grind them up and put them in your desserts and whatnot. Smoothies, cakes, whatever. So, the next batch, I'm going to try and take out at least half the seeds, if not all of them. I'll do another batch with no seeds, in terms of like a jam or a jelly. And I'm going to do another batch with half the amount of seeds and dehydrate the other half to see what we get. Because personally, that's a lot of seeds. That's our first batch. 8 cups of raspberry in 3 days. And my kids seem to think by moving, somehow life is going to be so much more better. Right? I'm not living with them because, first of all, I'm not going into higher rent to get stuck with having to do all the fucking work. That's the first thing. Right? And, yeah, so, like, I'm telling them, the ones that don't want to stay here, like, just go away. Right? You're unfucking happy. You don't want to help clean. You don't want to help do anything. Like, just go away. Let's go move. Right? I can rent those rooms down there.
Oh, what you gonna do? Run into a crackhead?
Well, what does it matter to you who rents the room down there? You're not living down there no more. Right? You know, everybody in the neighborhood is fucking crackhead as far as my kids are concerned. Right? Nobody can live up to their expectations. Right? Including me. Like, what the hell, man? Right? I'm just telling you, people. They have no clue. I want them to move out so they can go fucking figure it out and realize how expensive it really is to have to pay for everything that you pay for just to have a place. Never mind trying to put food on the table and keep it there. Right? Serious. If you notice, I'm doing this again. I ask them all the time, come and learn. Learn while I'm alive. You know, come and do this with me while I'm alive. So that you can learn. But now, they're screaming at the top of their lungs, fighting with each other out in the fucking yard as I'm picking raspberries. Right?